We're at the town of Lafitte at the Civic Center where Mr. Kenneth Feinberg is just giving his presentation of his program and intended program. He's going to be the one that's going to be over the Gulf Coast claims process that's going to hand out the $20 billion that BP put aside for claims on this disaster, oil spill disaster. He seems sincere. He's got a pretty good record, given that he handled the claims on the Agent Orange for Vietnam veterans. He handled the 9/11 claims, and as a third party, handling this claim process above the government and the oil company BP. We have some experience with third party companies and claims adjusters, having survived Katrina, Rita, Gustav, and Ike. That didn't always turn out well. I like some of the things he's saying. Some of the things that I'm not hearing is long term. If we face holes in our marine ecosystem and we are unable to fish for years, this process will not cover that. We're going to all sit down together with Mr. Feinberg, and we're going to come up with a plan, and we're going to get some questions answered and see if we can't make this thing work right.
Everybody, I'm thrilled to be here. My name's Kenneth Feinberg. Now I want to tell you in the next few minutes, before we take questions, I want to tell you what I can do and what I can't do. Because I'm not a magician. But I'll give you some indication, straight answers, so you'll know about this Gulf Coast Claims facility that I've set up. Now, I am not working for the government. I am not working for BP. The Obama administration and BP agreed. They signed a deal. Let's set up an independent claims facility. Not a government facility, not a BP facility, but an independent claims facility to be designed and administered by Feinberg. He did 9/11, he did Virginia Tech and Vietnam Agent Orange. Let him administer this program. So I'm not here working for the president, I'm not here working for BP, I'm here working for the people of the Gulf. That's my job. Now BP agreed with the president that it would set aside $20 billion. And that $20 billion, not on my watch, they agreed, but that $20 billion is in escrow. It is available. As I calculate claims and order compensation, it will come out of that $20 billion. But I want to tell you a few things about this facility that I'm running. One, it is entirely voluntary. There is not one person in this room who is required to file a claim with this facility. I think you're crazy if you don't file a claim, but that's up to you. That's entirely your call. Secondly, I'm not in charge of the $20 billion. The $20 billion is not only for individual and business claims. It's also for cleanup costs, government claims. So I'm drawing from that $20 billion, but there are other governments drawing that $20 billion. I have no control over government claims. That's not part of what I do. If this county, if Lafitte has a claim, and knowing the mayor, there'll be a claim. I don't have any control over government claims. That goes straight to BP. It comes out of the $20 billion, but I have no control over government claims. The good news is that BP has made it very, very clear that if the $20 billion is insufficient, not enough money, it will honor all supplementary, all additional claims. So it's not as if we only have 20 billion. Hopefully 20 billion is enough. It's not chump change. But if it's not enough, it's not as if I have to reduce your award in order to pay that guy. There'll be additional money. I don't control the 20 billion. I have no jurisdiction over government claims. Now, one other very important bit of information at the outset. I also have no control, none, over the 100 million that's been set aside for moratorium rig workers. That's not on my watch. But I can tell you this. BP set aside, in addition to the 20 billion, 100 million just for moratorium unemployed rig workers, not rig businesses, not rig subcontractors, rig workers. That's it. And that 100 million will not be added to. That's a separate moratorium program just for unemployed rig workers, and it's not on my watch. Now, the government claims and the rig worker moratorium claims may, and eventually, BP may decide to put that into this facility. Fine. But they haven't done it yet. So I can answer questions about government claims, and I can answer questions about the moratorium claims, but understand, you're not filing a claim with me for government claims or moratorium rig worker claims. That's up to BP. We'll see. We'll see. Now, why do I say that, in my opinion, it's a big mistake not to come into this fund? I'll tell you why. First, it's purely voluntary. Purely. If you don't want to come in, don't come in. But here's why you should come in. File a claim. If you are eligible, and if you can corroborate your claim, the new Gulf Coast facility will pay you up to 6 months in advance. No obligation. A gift. You don't sign away a thing. You take 6 months compensation, lost income, lost profits. Sign up the claim, get your check. Later on, if you want to stay in the program and get a lump sum payment for your total loss, present and future, fine. If you don't. You keep the 6 months. So just signing up with an eligible corroborated claim, 6 months payment, no obligation. Now later on, 4 months, 5 months from now, if you want, I will urge you to file a claim for a lump sum total piece. Mr. Feinberg, you already gave me 6 months, but I'm not going to be able to fish for another year or two. I want a year or two now, a lump sum check for $268,000 or whatever it is. And if I calculate that, and you're entitled to $268,000, here's a check for $268,000.
Lafitte, we got Mr. Feinberg, Kenneth Feinberg, that's handling the clean, going to take over the clean process. And what's so important is that we want to make sure that the fishermen, shrimpers, the charter fishermen, and just anybody that's affected in a negative way, that gets some help and gets a fair, goes through a fair process to get reimbursed.